Hi, this is Scott Garibay, and this is my review of Ocean's 8. All right, so I went to see Ocean's 8. I went with my family, and boy, we had a great time at this movie. I thought this was this is a 5 out of 5 star movie for me. I love this, and one of the reasons why I've seen every single Ocean's 8 film. I've seen every single I've seen Ocean's 11, Ocean's 12, and Ocean's 13, and I saw Ocean's 8 now. So I've seen every Ocean's film, right? I'm a huge fan of the heist genre overall, and so I'm just a really big fan of these movies. So this was really fun because so who went? When I say my whole family, actually I'm blessed. My older children are actually my oldest son is now working. He lives in Maryland. He's kind of separate from us now, which I really miss him a lot, but I'm very proud of him. So my whole family, and then my daughter is home from college, right? My oldest daughter. So our youngest son and our youngest daughter, they still live with us. Where our daughter is junior high age, and our son is elementary age. Our youngest son. So the whole family was our 2 daughters and our 1 son, and then our oldest son couldn't come, of course, because he doesn't live with us anymore. So I guess that sounds like that's a sore spot for me, right? I do miss him. We had a blast. So I love any movie where I can take the whole family and we have a great time. And if that's not an animated movie, that's even more unique and more special. I mean, that's really unique. So we love this film. I love this film. And I thought it was really unique. One of the things I thought was really awesome is this is just an awesome collection of mega level stardom, right? So Sandra Bullock is in there. Cate Blanchett is in there. Awkwafina is in there. Anne Hathaway is in there. It's not Kristen Wiig. There's somebody else in there. I think she's from SNL. There's an SNL person in there. And then also Dakota Fanning is in there. It's just a star-packed vehicle, right? And like I said, Anne Hathaway. Really, really cool. I loved it. Oh, Helena Bonham Carter. I'm a huge fan of hers as Bellatrix Lestrange, and her absolute magnum opus for, the best acting role I think Helena Bonham Carter ever was in was specifically her role in Fight Club. Fight Club was fantastic, right? It was just really, really special film. Really dug it. All right, so this movie was really cool. It was a very traditional heist film. Here's some diamonds. We're going to steal those diamonds. And you know what? I'm going to make this spoiler free because I don't really need to go into. You know what? Sorry, spoiler warning. There's going to be spoilers in this because I had to put spoiler warnings because I just when I talk about something I'm going to talk about it, right? So I really now one thing that I walked away from this film not expecting that really shocked me a little bit is I've always liked Sandra Bullock. I think she's a great actress. I like Cate Blanchett. I think she's a great actress. Oh my gosh, Cate Blanchett stole this film. She just and actually one of the reviewers that I really like, her name is Grace Randolph. She reviewed this film and she said that she was looking for a picture of Sandra Bullock at the premiere. And she couldn't find a picture of Sandra Bullock smiling at the premiere. She was like frowning, right? And I think it's because she might have seen this cut and Cate Blanchett just acts circles around her. And actually, Sandra Bullock is fantastic in this film. She is the protagonist. She is the main protagonist, right? And so Cate Blanchett is a side character. But when you walk away from this film, you get the idea that Cate Blanchett can just jump into a role and she's going to fully inhabit that role. She's going to be this really unique person that you're going to want to see, and she's a way better actress than Sandra Bullock, which I didn't know. You don't know that until you put the two of them side by side and they have to do the same thing, right? It was like watching Mario Andretti in a Formula One race car versus like Jeff Gordon in a stock car, right? Like it wasn't really a competition, which was I thought Cate Blanchett was fantastic in this film. There's a lot of fashion in this movie, right? So there's the way they dress all the characters is really cool. I have a daughter who really is into rhythm games, and specifically she's really into Hatsune Miku, which is a Vocaloid, a Japanese Vocaloid. And in that game, you get modules, and modules are outfits, right? And when I saw this, when you've seen fashion at a level of there's going to be 300 dresses in this game, right? each outfit has incredible attention to detail, and like every single part of that outfit is going to be put together, right? Well, that's what this movie looked like. It looked like, a Hatsune Miku. It looked like each outfit was carefully selected and crafted, right? And that's cool. I think that's pretty neat to see. It's kind of strange. I actually have a growing interest in fashion, and one of the reasons why is I do a lot of bicycle riding, and I go into the city, right? So I live in the suburbs. In the suburbs, nobody cares about fashion. Period. Done. Right? End of sentence, right? In the city, they do, right? Like, you got homeless people who wear Paris scarves. It's when you go into the city, people they are on point. Like every single piece of their outfit has been carefully selected. And so this film had that. It had high fashion throughout. The way every single character was dressed was a part of the film. And I thought that was unique. You don't see that in every movie. It doesn't matter as much as it did. Of course, the characters steal some jewels from the Met Gala. One of the things that's interesting too is was specifically, this is a heist movie. So they're like, in a heist movie, you're on board with criminals, right? You're along for the ride to be like, oh, let's see what clever way this criminal uses to steal this stuff. And they are unapologetic about Sandra Bullock's character's criminal nature. Like, she is criminal to the bone, right? Like, she just steals like it's nothing, right? And I thought that was kind of cool. Like, it was unapologetic about, hey, these are smart criminals with a lot of charisma, and you're gonna love them, right? And I like that. I like heist movies. Now, right? The reality is, I'm not super great about criminals in real life, but I get where you're going with a heist movie. Awkwafina, really special character, did a fantastic job in this movie. Really, really cool. I really liked what they did with her character. She plays the Lift. The Lift is my favorite character in every heist movie, right? So let's talk about the roles, right? So Sandra Bullock was the planner, right? The Cate Blanchett was the manager, the person who does all the setup and makes sure that everybody's executing, right? There was a character who was the fence. I think it was the SNL lady who was the fence. And then Awkwafina is the Lift, right? And then, Mindy Kaling is in this movie. Mindy Kaling was great. I love her. She's from The Office, of course. She also had the Mindy Kaling Project. Mindy Kaling was fantastic in this. I enjoyed her role specifically in the new Wrinkle in Time film, and I really like the idea that her career is growing. I think that's awesome. Mindy Kaling was in there. I know Dakota Fanning was in here, but I'm not sure who she played. Now I'm thinking about it, but it was an interesting film. So but let's talk about Awkwafina as the Lift, right? So she is like, oh, I just stole your watch, right? But in this movie, they use her specifically to do lifts, and the idea is, you put her near anybody, and any object on that person, she can take it, right? They did a pretty good job with this. This was a role that was written much better for Matt Damon, and I really didn't think they took this far enough. But I thought Awkwafina did a really good job of making it funny, making it look like her character really, if you were within 5 feet of her, anything you owned is going to be gone. I really loved how Awkwafina did just acting in this, but overall, I think her part was a little underwritten, right? James Corden was in this, right? So he's the guy who does Carpool Karaoke as his own late night talk show. Really unique guy. He's very affable, very likable, right? That was the one thing I didn't like about this movie. I thought James Corden did a fantastic job in this, but there's like this 20-minute part at the end where they talk about insurance fraud, insurance fraud is a terrible thing, right? Nobody should, defraud an insurance company, right? But you can't put that in a heist movie, right? Who cares about insurance fraud in the middle of a heist film? It was strange. It seemed like it was like if you were watching a Die Hard movie and they're like, now we're going to finish a tax form on how much the destruction of the building cost. It was just kind of odd. You're like, where did that come from? It was like, whose idea was this? So that was the only part I really didn't like about the movie. Definitely a 5 out of 5 star movie because I took my family, I put our dollars down, right? Actually, we went to see this on Tuesday nights, $5 Tuesdays at AMC. and it was fantastic. We bought our tickets online. We got even more discounts than that. I think we took like 5 people to see this movie for like $7. It was ridiculous. Sorry, so we paid very little to see this. We had a fantastic time at the movies. We got snacks, and the whole family had a wonderful time. What movie can you take the whole family to that's not animated and everybody's gonna have a good time? I loved Ocean's 8, and you should definitely go see it. Take care.